Today's topic is about issue of shares for consideration other than cash. There are certain cases in which the company enters into an arrangement with the vendors. Vendors are the persons from whom it has purchased the assets, whereby the latter agrees to accept the payment in the form of fully paid shares of the company. Latter means the vendor issued to them. Normally, no such cash is received for the issue of shares. These shares can also be issued at par, premium. Par means the original value, a premium or at a discount. And the number of shares should be issued will depend upon the price at which shares are issued and the amount payable to the vendor. The number of shares are to be issued to the vendor will be calculated as follows. That is, when a company purchases anything from another company without making the payment, it issues or it gives shares of the company to the company from which they purchased. So, number of shares, how to calculate the number of shares, I'm going to discuss it. The formula for calculating this is number of shares to be issued is equal to amount payable divided by the issue price. So, here it's given an example as Rahul Limited purchased a building from Honda Limited for rupees 5,40,000 and the payment is to be made by the issue of shares at rupees 100 each. There is not cash payment is made, but issue of shares is made. Number of shares to be issued shall be worked out as follows in different situations. Here we are giving three situations, that is issued at par, discount and premium. So I'm going to tell how to calculate the number of shares at par, discount and the premium. So number of shares to be calculated, the formula is amount payable by the issue price. The amount payable is given the question as 5,40,000 divided by number of shares. Number of shares we have to calculate. Issue price is rupees 100. So 5,40,000 divided by 100 gives 5,400 shares. Then when the shares issued at a discount of 10%, 10% of 100, 10% of 100 is 10. So 100 minus 10 will be 90 per share. So number of shares to be issued is equal to amount payable by issue price. The amount payable 5,40,000, then the issue price will be 90. We have calculated this one. So the number of shares will be, by solving it, number of shares will be 6,000. When the shares are issued at a premium of 20%, that will be 100 plus 20, 120. Number of shares to be issued is equal to amount payable by the issue price 5,40,000. Issue price is 120. So the number of shares will be 4,500. Then we have to pass on the journal entry regarding this. Then we have to write the first company name, Books of Rahul Limited, then journal, then format of journal, date, particulars, ledger folio, debitum, creditum. First is related to the purchase of the building. Building account debited to Honda Limited. Building is an asset, so it carries debit balance, so we have debited it. To Honda Limited, it's a creditor. Then journal entries, building purchased, amount is 5,40,000. Then we have to write the three situations for situations, and we have to pass on the journal entries for these three situations. First is when the shares are issued at par, then that will be Honda Limited account debited to share capital. Amount will be 5,40,000. 5,04,000 shares issued at par. Second situation is when the shares are issued at discount of 10%. Then that will be Honda Limited account debited Discount in issue shares account debited to share capital. We have already discussed about the format of this journal in the previous classes. So the 6,000 shares we have already calculated. When it is on discount, number of shares is 6,000. 6,000 shares issued at rupees 90 per share. Per share value is 90. So this amount will be 6,000 into 90. The amount will be 5,40,000. Then we have to calculate the amount to be transferred to share capital. The number of shares, it is 6,000. Then per share value, the original value without discount will be 100. So 6,000 into 100 will give the amount 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs minus 5,40,000 is the discount price, that is 60,000. Then when shares are issued at premium of rupees 20%, entry is Honda Limited account debited to share capital to securities premium account. The 4,500 shares issued at rupees 120 per share. Then by multiplying 4,500 into 120 will give the amount as 5,40,000. Amount to be transferred to share capital calculated as number of shares is 4,500 into original value shares is 100. So by multiplying it, we will get the amount 4,50,000. Then 5,40,000 minus 4,50,000 will give the amount 90,000. That's the premium amount. That's all for today. I am giving classes on all days. So if you have to watch class on each days, you have to subscribe it. Then it will be easier for you to watch the classes. Okay, thank you.